Hey everybody, welcome back once again to the channel where we talk about vinyl records. I want to thank everybody that's been watching the channel. Thank all of you guys that have subscribed to the channel. We make videos every week, so if you're into that, maybe like, subscribe if you want. Today's episode is going to be about albums that have great opening tracks. Now, you could probably off the top of your head think of dozens of albums that have great opening tracks. Most albums do. Everybody wants to make a good first impression, so a lot of albums have great opening tracks. This list is just 10 albums from my collection that I think are my favorite, probably opening tracks. Some of the maybe most well-known opening tracks. But anyway, they're in no particular order, just ones I like here, just my opinion. And we'll get started. Up first, I've got from AC/DC's Highway to Hell album, of course, the opening track, the title song, Highway to Hell. Great riff, great opening track. This, of course, was the last album with Bon Scott before his untimely death. So, coming out hot, Highway to Hell, great song. This is a great album all the way through. And Highway to Hell, legendary opening track. Up next, another classic album here. Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited. And of course the opening track on here, Like a Rolling Stone. Maybe one of Bob's more well-known tracks, but a great way to start the album. Tells a great story. It's funny, it's kind of sad. This album's great all the way through. Bunch of great songs on here. Great opening track with Like a Rolling Stone. Definitely one to check out if you've never heard it before. Classic album here, Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. Of course, the opening track on this, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Maybe I'm cheating a little with this one because, of course, it does take up almost all of side one. It's the parts 1 through 18, I think. So maybe it's cheating to include this one, but I'm doing it anyway. It's my list. It's a great opening track. It starts with that just a spooky organ. It's haunting, and then of course comes in with that awesome 4-note arpeggio. Just awesome, just spooky awesome. And then the lyrics, they take a while. It builds up. They take a while to come in. They come in soft, and it just builds up to that epic chorus. Just a great opening track. I mean, how could you leave that off of any list of great opening tracks? And speaking of great album openers, this may be one of the first ones that came to your mind when we're talking about great opening tracks. This is a classic opener here from Nirvana's Nevermind album, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Classic opening song. It's got, there's a bunch of great songs on this album. This album's awesome, but what a way to start though. It Smells Like Teen Spirit. Just coming out hot. Love it. Great album opener. One of any list of great album openers would have to include this album just because that's a classic album opener. Another classic album here, one that most of you probably own, Led Zeppelin 4. Great album opener here. Of course, the first track being Black Dog. Hey, Hey Mama, Said the Way You Move. It's a great way to come out. And of course, this album's great all the way through also. Every song on here is great. What a great opener, though. It's got that riff that like bends back onto itself. It sounds real complicated. Well, it is complicated. And just a great song. Great way to open the album. Another classic album here. Paul McCartney, Bane on the Run. Of course, the opening track here is the title track, Bane on the Run. Paul has written hundreds of great songs, of course. He wrote hundreds of great songs just with the Beatles. And he's got another hundreds of great songs that he's written as a solo act and with Wings. And Bane on the Run is one of my favorites of his. This whole album's great all the way through, of course. But I love Bane on the Run as an album opener. It's a great song. So catchy. It's so awesome. And speaking of great riffs, this is the Arctic Monkeys AM album. And the album opener, Do I Want to Know? Just a great riff there on that one. I mean, just an all-time great riff. And this is a great album anyway, all the way through. But what a riff on Do I Want to Know? I mean, that's a all-time great riff there. Great way to start off the album. This was their 5th album, I believe, and all their albums are great, but what a way to start off the album with Do I Want to Know. Up next, we've got Van Morrison's Mood Dance album. The opening track on here is "And It Stoned Me." I think that's a great way to start this album. It's a great introduction to the album. It's a great album, of course, all the way through. A classic album, but what a great opening track. Great way to start the album. It really does. It puts you into that mood. It's got that vibe to it where you know what you're in for the rest of the album. It puts you in the Van Morrison mood. It's a great opening track, great song. Great opening track to an album full of great tracks. Here, maybe, I'm not ranking these in no particular order, but this may be my favorite album opener of all time from the Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed album. Give Me Shelter is the first track on this, and what a great song. One of my all-time favorite songs. I'd like to hear what you guys think, but in my opinion, it's hard to find a song that better captures the mood of the theme of the song, what the lyrics are about. I mean, this song came out in 1968 or 69, right in the middle of the Vietnam War, and then just the song about it's a song about impending doom, being on the verge of destruction, and the music, it's just Keith's guitar playing that riff. It has that feeling of like impending doom. It's the riff matches the song so perfectly. The lyrics, the background vocals, the whole thing. It's just awesome. It's one of my favorite songs, and this is one of the greatest albums of all time, I think. And for that song to be the opening track, just great, just brilliant. This whole album's great all the way through. One of my favorites. Rolling Stones, Give Me Shelter. Great opening track. And finally, we're already to the 10th one, and this is another one that maybe came to mind right away when you think of great opening tracks. This is an all-time great opening track from the White Stripes' Elephant album. Of course, the opening track is Seven Nation Army. What a riff. I mean, it's an all-time riff, and it's not going anywhere. Every football game, every soccer match, you'll hear this in the stands. The fans chant the riff. It's so well known that the fans just chant the riff. And man, what a riff! Just an all-time great riff. That pounding bass drum, so simple but so awesome. And good for Jack White for finding that riff. That's an all-time great riff right there. That's never going away. So anyway, that's my list of the top 10 albums in my collection that I think have the greatest opening tracks. And like I said, there's hundreds of albums that have great opening tracks. So let me know what some of yours are. I'm sure there's probably some that I didn't even think of. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my 10. Let me know what your 10 are. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.